guys, Steph here. Okie dokie, what have we got for you today? Well, let's show you that. Hey, can you guess what it... Of course you can. What we've got today is a gorgeous Montblanc, for you purists, or for us people here in the northwest of England, a Montblanc. So what we've got is a Montblanc 264. Now this one, as we'll show you in a moment, is a piston filler. Now this, for you people that are not aware, is a vintage Montblanc, and it's dated from around about, I believe, 1957, and we're only actually, this particular model, I believe, was only made for 2 or 3 years, and so it's dated, I believe, from 1957 to 1959. So the fact that it's only been, or it was only made around a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, I make this to be one of the rarities for the future. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous pen. The size of it capped is 133 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a lovely 12 millimeters in diameter. Now these pens, in my opinion, from that particular period are, well, in my opinion, they're actually when Montblanc made proper pens. None of this fancy special or precious resin malarkey. These were actually proper pens. Okay, so a gorgeous Montblanc 264. As we said, a piston filler. Let's take you up to the bottom of the cap. You can see it's got these 2 cap bands, and if I show you to the center there, keep it nice and still, I'm hoping you can see the number 264, and then if we rotate it slowly, you'll see the word Montblanc on the cap band. Okay, so there we have it. You've got the model number on the sort of the wider cap band there. If we take you up to the clip, a very recognizable, again from the period, Montblanc clip, and as you've already seen, to the very top there we've got this Montblanc symbol, the snow peak, if you like. And in this particular case, what I like about these particular pens, because it's actually a vintage model, you can see it's a sort of milky or a creamy white colour, as opposed to these brand new ones which are actually a very sort of, well, a very bright white. So the older ones tend to have these lovely sort of off-white colour, as you can see there. Absolutely gorgeous. Now on this pen, now if we take you to the barrel, you can see there it's actually got the owner's name, and again I forget her name. Is it Ingrid somebody or other? Now these are actually, this is actually one of 2 Montblanc pens that I've actually bought in, and they've both got the lady's name on the barrel, but again, very discreet, very professional. In my opinion, it doesn't distract from the beauty of the pen. Now let's take you to sort of the blind cap, if you like, to the end there, and I'm hoping you can actually see it says OF with a sort of arrow just to the right of it. Okay, so I'm hoping that's clear. Now the OF, what does that mean? Personally, I believe it's the nib size. So this one, I'm assuming it's an oblique fine nib, which we'll see in a moment. Now let's unscrew the cap. Now what I've actually done it was actually in pretty good condition when I actually bought it in, but we've cleaned everything up internally, etc. We've polished the pen. It's in absolutely gorgeous condition, no cracks or anything like that. A beautiful, beautiful example, as you can quite clearly see. Now the nice thing about these particular models, if you look there, you can see we've got this ink view window there, and then let's take you up to the section. Quite a standard sort of section, tapers slightly towards the nib, and then the nib, we've got a monotone nib that has Montblanc. It's got the Montblanc symbol underneath, 14 carat, and then to the very bottom, Montblanc 585. So a lovely size nib as well. It's quite a large nib. You can see the shoulders are quite wide on it, but an absolutely lovely nib. There's a sideways view, and there's the feed underneath. You can see, very typical of this particular period. Now I'm not too sure whether this is the ebonite feed. It could well be, if someone sort of can clarify that for me. But we've got this lovely feed underneath there, as you can see, also lovely and clean. So while I'm actually showing you the pen with the ink view, if we turn the blind cap here, in a moment you'll see the piston in the ink view. Any moment now, there we go. And if we screw it way back again, there she goes, back into the barrel. It's in full working order. Piston works as it should do. A gorgeous, gorgeous pen. Now unfortunately, because what we're going to do, we're going to try and find a new home for this particular pen, so I'm not going to fill the pen. I'm going to leave that pleasure to the new owner. They can actually fill it with well, whichever sort of ink they prefer, but it would be interesting to see what the nib's like, how does it write, is it an oblique, etc. So what we'll do, we'll just do a dip test. So what we have is a Montblanc 264 piston filler, and again from 1957 through to 1959. Let's just give it another little dip. It's writing very nicely, as you'd expect. You wouldn't expect it to have any flexibility, but writing with a fine line, as you can see there. Whether it's oblique or not, I don't think so, but it's definitely a fine nib, but writing very nicely, as you'd expect from a quality made fountain pen. So let's pop that to one side. Let's pop the cap back on. What we'll do, we'll clean the nib after the video, but there we have it. One of two Montblanc pens that came again with this lady's name. Very discreet, gives it a little bit of character, I think, as well. But an absolutely gorgeous example. As I said, for me personally, this is when Montblanc made proper pens. None of your fancy special precious resin and all that malarkey. A proper pen. So let's try and find a new home for it. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoyed showing them to you people. Don't forget, leave a comment below, press that thumbs up, just give the video a thumbs up. Don't Don't forget to subscribe, and wherever you are around the world, please stay safe, especially our friends in the Ukraine. Slava Ukraini. But for now, I'll just say bye bye for now.